No, absolutely not. I told you before we came here that this would happen.
They don't always lose trust because of something big. Most of the time, it happens quietly, in moments you never replay in your head. A pause that lasts a second too long, a reaction that comes just a little too sharp, a signal you didn't even know you sent. Dogs don't announce when trust starts to crack. They simply feel it, store it, and adjust. And by the time you notice distance, the decision was already made. If you've ever felt your dog pull away without understanding why, this isn't about guilt, it's about awareness. Because trust doesn't break in noise, it breaks in silence. Dogs don't think in words the way we do. They think in patterns, sensations, and emotional safety. Every interaction you have with your dog is quietly teaching them something about what to expect from you. And the uncomfortable truth is that some of the most damaging signals don't look harmful at all from a human point of view. They look normal, routine, forgettable. That's why so many owners swear they've never done anything wrong, while their dog slowly becomes more guarded, less open, and more cautious over time. If this way of understanding dogs feels different from the advice you usually hear, stay close to PawPresence and subscribe now, because this channel isn't about commands or tricks. It's about the moments that shape trust long before obedience ever matters. The first silent mistake that breaks a dog's trust happens when your emotions change faster than your body can explain. Dogs don't mind emotion, they mind unpredictability. When your energy shifts suddenly without a clear reason they can track, their nervous system goes on alert. One moment you're calm, the next you're tense, distracted, or irritated, and then you expect your dog to feel safe again just because your voice sounds normal. But dogs don't follow voices, they follow states. They notice how your posture stiffens before your tone changes. They notice when your movements become sharper even if your words stay gentle. Over time, these unmarked shifts teach your dog that your calm can disappear without warning. And when that happens, trust doesn't vanish dramatically, it quietly stops growing. Your dog becomes watchful instead of relaxed. They start checking you instead of leaning into you. Not because they don't love you, but because love doesn't cancel uncertainty. Safety does. The second silent mistake comes from something many owners believe is harmless: ignoring a dog's subtle signals because they aren't dramatic. Dogs communicate discomfort long before they retreat or react. A slight head turn, a pause before approaching, a change in breathing. When those signals are missed, brushed off, or unintentionally overridden, the dog learns something important about you. They learn that being subtle doesn't work, that their quiet boundaries don't protect them. And when subtlety fails, dogs don't always escalate. Some simply withdraw. They stop offering closeness. They stop initiating contact. They choose distance because it costs them less emotionally than trying to be understood. This isn't stubbornness, it's adaptation. And once a dog adapts to being unheard, rebuilding trust takes far longer than breaking it ever did. The third silent mistake often comes from moments you don't associate with your dog at all. Dogs are always watching how you handle pressure, frustration, and distraction, even when none of it is directed at them. They notice how you move when you're stressed, how you react when things don't go your way, how your body behaves when you're overwhelmed. You might think, this isn't about my dog, but to them, it's always about safety. If your stress leaks into the space without resolution, your dog absorbs it as part of their environment. They don't judge you for it. They simply learn to stay alert around it. And over time, alertness replaces ease. If any of this feels uncomfortably familiar, you're not alone. Share this video with someone who loves their dog, but may never have been taught how deeply these quiet moments matter. And let us know in the comments if you've ever noticed a dog change without being able to explain why. Once these quiet breaks in trust begin, dogs don't confront them the way humans do. They don't argue, demand reassurance, or explain what hurt them. They adjust their behavior to protect themselves. That protection often looks small at first. A little more distance when you sit down, a hesitation before approaching, less eye contact, fewer moments of unprompted affection. Many owners mistake this for independence or mood, but what's really happening is a recalibration. Your dog is deciding how close feels safe now. And what makes this painful is that dogs don't do this out of resentment. They do it out of intelligence. They are reading the environment and choosing the least emotionally costly position to exist in. When trust feels unstable, distance becomes regulation. What most people don't realize is that dogs are constantly comparing present moments to past patterns. They're asking, does this feel like before, or does this feel different? When calm follows tension consistently, trust repairs itself naturally. But when calm is unpredictable, when it arrives without explanation or resolution, dogs don't know which version of you they're going to get next. So they stay alert, they remain ready. And readiness is the opposite of trust. Trust allows a nervous system to rest. Readiness keeps it awake. Over time, this internal state shapes the entire relationship. Your dog may still listen, still obey, still stay near you, but the softness disappears. The ease fades. What remains is function without comfort. And for dogs, comfort is the language of trust. Rebuilding trust doesn't start with affection or reassurance. It starts with consistency in moments that don't seem important. Dogs repair trust when your reactions become readable again, when your body tells the same story as your voice, when your energy settles completely instead of snapping back into place. They notice when you pause instead of reacting, when you allow tension to resolve instead of carrying it forward, when your presence becomes something they don't have to monitor. This doesn't require perfection. Dogs don't expect you to be calm all the time. They expect you to be honest in your state. Clear signals are safer than hidden ones. A dog can relax around sadness, tiredness, even frustration, as long as it moves through you in a way that makes sense. The most powerful repair happens when dogs realize their subtle signals matter again, when a pause is respected, when space is allowed without punishment, when closeness isn't forced as proof of love. Dogs trust people who don't need closeness to feel secure. They trust people who let connection happen instead of pulling it closer. When a dog chooses to come back to you after distance, that moment isn't random, it's a decision. It's their nervous system saying, "This feels safer now." And those decisions stack slowly, one calm moment after another, one predictable response after another, until trust isn't something you're trying to build, it's something your dog offers again. If this video made you reflect on moments you never thought mattered, take a second to share it with someone who truly loves their dog but may not realize how quietly trust can change. And if you've ever felt a dog soften around you after a long period of distance, leave a comment and tell us what shifted. At PawPresence, we're not here to tell you you're doing everything wrong. We're here to help you notice what dogs have always been paying attention to, so trust doesn't have to break before it's understood.